What's up, everybody? It's me, Trader Max, here on Saturday, July 5th, 2025. And we're here on the Shogun Gun Show. And happy after 4th of July party, Quentin?
Yeah, maybe if you have an after party planned for today, or today's party is just getting rid of your hangover,
Hair of the dog, baby. Hair of the dog. Well, I got to tell you, there's been a lot of stuff that's been going on. Of course, we are here today to do mostly a quick show, a very quick show. Sort of drop in, make sure that we're still relevant, we're still loved, we're still relevant. But July 4th, this whole weekend it's been fun. There's been a lot of good stuff. We've got some stuff that that I think what most people don't realize, Mr. Quentin, that the world of crypto is unique in a way at some points, but it's so many different things for so many different people. Do you agree with that statement?
Yeah, I mean, everyone's sense of reality inside of crypto is almost individual.
And diluted. Sense of reality is diluted. Like there's no sense of time in the world of crypto because some happens fast and then some happens slow, of course. But
yeah, I think the first real sight of that I had was, I don't know if you remember, a while ago we had SL on the show Social Library.
Yeah.
And
oh my God, man,
they're a more professional outside viewpoint of what the Solana crypto space is.
Right.
And you could see that in their Telegram community. And when I went in there, it was much quieter, but you could tell that things were getting done. It just wasn't, loud and in your face and
no LFGs. It wasn't a single LFG into the moon to be found. It was all like conversation and movement and all that stuff. I have to admit, if you're watching this and you're here with us today, we really appreciate it. Make sure that you reach out to us in comments. Tell us where you're watching from. We really do appreciate it. But there's even in our TikTok world, things have gone quiet. Like the conversation is quiet, right? Because there's a reason why. Because I went quiet. I went quiet for a little while because we were building out all the things that we were having. And every time that I said what we were building and how we were building and where we were building, and I would show something online, our DDoS attacks would get higher. And, it was like, it seemed like they just had a way, it was like very frustrating. But as I talked to more people, as I began to get our ideas out to other people, not so much publicly, but quietly behind the scenes, it sort of to, mesh out, and I was able to get the jobs done we needed to get done. My point is I think the world of crypto has this inability to reconcile the old. Like it's always, but yesterday I had such great faith in this industry because we had a last second July 4th release or a Shogun Gun Show with our friends over at Rismas. And, speaking of them over there yesterday, I had such a great feeling. And after the backstage stuff that we'd done with them was just amazing, because listening to him speak about the reconciliation that he went through with his coin and, his community and the network and everything else, even though that it's a CTO, it still gives me great hope that maybe one day that Shogun, besides the great services we have, will maybe rejoin the world of the millions and the coin's market cap. But I'm still very, very hopeful with everything that we're building, of course. How do you feel about what that meeting was yesterday with Rismas?
It was a great time because it's a great community, a very well-rounded community as well. One of the only communities that I've really seen have a strong Discord at that.
Right? That was incredible.
Exactly. They have so many different means in different areas. And I mean, if anything, it gives you hope, but it also gives this project a lot of validity. Because when you look at what makes them successful is that they continue going, they continue sticking to what is strong for them and almost making that iconic. You know, you like we were talking the other day, you think of a holiday, instead of thinking of new tokens, if you know Rismus, you're now thinking of Rismus and what they're gonna do.
what their holiday system is. Yeah. So I think, but the other thing too is that I've seen of the white labeling of holidays in a way, right? Of that it wasn't July 4th day, it was Independence Day, and it's not I don't even know, they just kind of they did that. It wasn't like summer solstice or like paganism or what have you, but it was really about the celebration of time, and the act of holiday, right? Like the beginning of or the end of summer or the beginning of summer or spring, or and of course you have Christmas, but then you have another value in the like Cinco de Mayo and these holiday-esque kind of mentalities that begins to sort of bring them different cultures of people, and
It's
therefore,
smart.
yeah. Because listen, it's if we were to try to do the same thing, what are the culturistic values of what we have for Shogun? Well, one of them being the world of the coin itself, right? Like the services, like the community, the collab, right? Like this show is a collab system, right? Then when we have coins that are on our show, we meet with people and bring them to us, and we help them, utilize our services and systems and our voice and our outreach and all that stuff. That is its own ecosystem, its own little module of our ecosystem, right? If you think of this giant company that we have as a giant MVP of modules, right? Then you would easily see quickly that that's just one stasis, right? So then if we add something, what's another one? What do you think is another one?
I think it goes towards our. I forget what it was exactly called. There's a phrase for it, but our values within right and honor,
Right.
the staple brand of Shogun at that.
So that brand, like everybody sort of wants right on it, right? You would love to think so,
Mhm.
but I don't know necessarily. I think you may be right. Like the people that want to see a change, the honorific, loving, caring individuals that want to see great things happen. That's another brand of mentality. But then we also have a gaming mentality because we do have a gaming system and a gaming network, and I think that's something that I've gotten away from because that included a completely different world. Just like if Rismus to holidays is what we are to the industry of entertainment in a way, and tools, marketing and advertising, those kind of things, services, these are all things that are very powerful for us. And I think what we have forgotten is like the coin is the centralized the version of that, right? Like let them come in and do their thing. Let the coin go up and down, go up and down, go wherever they're going to go do. But when there's constant a reflush of people coming in and out, there's this each new holiday, each new session, each new quarter, each new week. There's something new happening. There's another module process, the NFT world. And now we're jumping into the NFT world, which is a completely different animal, not different completely, but is a completely different mindset of animal than you are in, say, a coin related individual, right? That's more about collecting coin or making the coin happen and making money from the coin, trader-esque kind of mentality. So now I think we're on the right path. But one thing that we do have to get into control is, of course, that communication with said and such. So I think our next week is going to be housed with a few things as we talk. But let's jump right into it. What do you think, Mr. Quinton? State of Shogun?
Let, let's do it.
Let's go. Well, we're here at the State of Shogun here on July 5th, 2025. And we are, and I'm going to say this with as much respect as I possibly can. Somebody said to me yesterday, oh, as of late, I don't know what's been going on with Shogun. I don't see anything in the chat room. Nobody's reaching out to me. This is it. This is where you get your information. If you're watching right now, this is it. This is the place. If you got questions, there's a comment section. If you got things you need to know, I got a TG. I got you could reach out. Like I'm busy. I'm very busy. There are so many things that we're doing. The State of Shogun takes, I'd say 75% of my time. The rest of it goes to my family and my dojo and my whatever gaming, I guess you could say, right? We're going to be doing some gaming today, which is going to be fun. But we have just a ton of stuff to to build and go over. So I think, as most of you know, for yesterday we did a little bit of State of Shogun. I'm not going to go through the whole sales process of telling somebody who it is. Most of you already know, right? Like if we go through fast, what do we physically have? We have just a ton of stuff. But with a ton of stuff comes a ton of responsibility, of course, to get all that stuff out there. And we're getting there. We're finally putting it all together. I think one of my friends, Chow Chow Meow, said, hey, you forgot to put this on the website. I'm like, oh my God, you got to be kidding me. Like, that would be one thing that, yes, we get lost in this process. So, oh yeah, we forgot to put it here, or it's not in a link here, or it's not there yet, because everything has just been building. And I want to kind of show you that this network of what we built here just recently. I'm trying to get this up here so I look over. Let me just do that here real quick. Crypto. We're going to do present. Share screen. Bob. Okay, enter screen. Boom, and share. We started this stuff, building the network out. As far as what's been happening since yesterday, we're getting a lot more things on board the website, but of course our Anvil 2.5. Most of you don't realize that we do have just a tremendous amount of things. And one of the things I did not hit yesterday is the dojo that we created and then we put on, and with the help of just some awesome people in our lives, we just kind of hit it. It's just been a set of. Sorry. I'm very distracted. I won't. All right. It's been so many things that have been going on in our network that we're just trying to get. We got help from a lot of people. Let's just say that to help us with the Shogun Dojo. Now, why is the Shogun Dojo, we call Shogun martial arts, so powerful? Well, it is backed and built by those that trust what we do in crypto. And that is not an easy segment. Now, there are other dojos out there that are in crypto, but this is the first one that was built by the enthusiast with this in mind. And why is that so important? Well, what we're doing with our belt system and our curriculum and our maintaining of the school's ethics and value is all about crypto, the knowledge of crypto in our learning systems for parents, for kids, to invest into small things of crypto, stable networking, not pie in the sky kind of mentalities. These are people that'll have little to no money, or we will invest for them into that process. There is so many things happening there with that, but it's the first, and we hope to be one of many dojos that we're going to commit to. Our Panther Kenpo brand and series is underneath the Shogun martial arts, as well as our Yaedo, what we call Shogun Yaedo, which is quick draw sword, Yaijitsu, Kenjutsu, a few things in there. Looking to have Tai Chi and many Qigong and yoga, and there's a lot of things that'll be under that martial arts heading. But this is something in Morrisville, Pennsylvania, that we just fired off. We built the building out. We built the bathroom. Mr. Quinton and I went in there and just started really punching things just to get it done and get it out there. And it's been incredible. So, but then again, fully doxed in the system here, right? So we take a big gamble with this, but it is worth it because there's a lot of exposure there. That's one thing we didn't talk about in yesterday's show. Another thing that we haven't put on, and thanks to Chow Chow Meow for letting me know that it wasn't on the site or in my stuff for X either. So we're going to get it all there here probably before Monday and getting all that stuff up, because it does take a little bit to get things done. But one thing that we did do over the week since we've been working with them, and which we'll announce here in just a second, because I know he said don't bring him up, but as soon as you're ready, you give me the heads up to come out. We had started the NFT marketplace called ShogunFusion.io, and it has been we started with beta last week and testing with a few people and helping us get some stuff on, but it has been such a pleasure to be dealing with the Just a Lotto family and all the great things that community offers, and the camaraderie that we have when we, I got to play poker with them last Tuesday and then again last night. And it has just been an awesome. There's Motown and Roxy. Welcome into the show. Thank you so much for reposting the stream. And good morning, Roxy. How's everybody doing today? I hope that you're having a good day today here on July 5th in the process. So, but without further ado, let me jump over to the Shogun Fusion so you see what I'm referring to. Now, I am not a superstitious person to a degree, and I don't worry about what competition holds because, everybody's like, well, NFTs are dead. The saturation of the market with whatever. No, it's not. They are just on the cusp again into this world. It has been there's no way that companies like Magic Eden and Tensure and like Fractal and all those other companies, excuse me, would invest their time and energy and everything that they're doing. And you don't realize how important simple structures are in the world of NFTs. Like there are some very, very complicated and convoluted networks and systems out there. And this is what really took us a long time. And this is why a lot of people don't use Solana for making, NFTs. A little while ago, I had somebody that I was acquainted with that had an NFT marketplace, but not in Solana. And when I said, hey, look, would you like to make one? And they're like, yeah, I can do it in a couple months. And I'm like, why would it take so long? And they're like, because it takes a lot. And I was like, okay, whatever. I could build anything quick. And nope. Of course, karma came back and bit me in the ass, and it took longer than we expected. But what we have created here is a place for you to be able to come in, see your NFTs, work with them, make them, work for you, all this kind of stuff, but do so in such a way that is very safe and secure, but also give you the opportunity to have some fun while doing it and creating virility, competition, FOMO, all of it. That's how important this system is. And if I can't type my own simple little password out, nope. I always, this is something, I don't know. I don't know if it's me and my little brain here. This is pissing me off now.
That's okay.
I see what's happening. I know what's happening. Hang on. I'm going to try it again one more time. Nobody can see what's going on behind the scenes.
I always get the muscle memory for other passwords, and then that's what gets me mixed up.
Yeah. Well, there's always like this big fear in my mind. Like, did somebody just hack my stuff and change my password on me? Ta-da! Yay! Only 9 times. That's all it took was 9 times. Yes, I got to stop drinking tonight. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. You're absolutely right. But the reason I had to do that because I have over 100 wallets in this system and my network, and I got to make sure I go into the right system and program here. So let me go ahead and I'm going to pop out of here. I'm going to go into sign message, connect a wallet. Super simple. We also use MetaMask too in our network. That was another thing too with Phantom. You got to go through Bubblefish and get approved, and they need to investigate you, and you need to be vouched. You got to have all this stuff. And thank you very much for Kelvin over at Aerosol and Boog out there as well. Thank you so much for all your help and knowledge into the process. Thank you very much, Roxy, for saying yes. It does look sleek. We're going to be doing some bring-ins too, some more stuff. But the reason why I'm here today on this stuff to talk about this is a good friend of mine, a brother in arms, a brother from another mother. Ghost, I don't know if you're ready to come out yet, but if you're here, if not, that's okay. I know you're not. You got a lot of stuff going on.
Oh no, I'm here. I'm just
my God.
I'm just not here. You know what I mean? Like, I'm here.
Oh my God.
Here, but you are not here, baby.
I am, bro. I am not. Yeah. It's like ebbs and flows, man. I feel great, and I'm like, oh, I got past it. And then last night I was like, yo,
yeah.
So I took my new Cinex. I'll come on cam in a sec just to show how beautiful this mug is a dog.
Make sure you take your drinks or your coffees, everybody, because you probably see Ghost. This is the only time you'll ever see Ghost do that and be out to the bed. My man, I'm so sorry.
No, I'm here. I'm here, and I'm listening, and I'll say some stuff with you here and there. You know what I mean?
It's all good, man. I got you covered, baby, because I love this project that you have created. And it was like when we first started building out Shogun Fusion, that this was built with you in mind. and the network, also with Chow Chow Meow's corporation, the network that's over there, because that's where the idea really stemmed from, was the fusion side of it. But we created this system because what's coming for the second portion of this, the module system for fusion, is something that I feel strongly with, is a lotto brand that is true and true going to be the best thing. It's already starting to be very very lucrative in the process, you know. And I know this is the first one, and not everybody expects, you know, everything to blow up and be viral right off the bat. And the ease of use of it going in, yes, there's small little mistakes, and it's usually user error, but there's also, you did this with no instruction yet. Like, I gave you a little bit of a push on some of the making the collection, but man, Ghost just went right in there. I was detained with something else that was doing, and I came down, there was already like 30 balls on. And yeah, of course there's going to be small mistakes, but there wasn't any major lesson plan that was put up yet. And that's happening this weekend. We're building all of our lessons out for it. But he got them all in. He fired off the stuff. Some of the balls are already getting into the viral mode. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to show you, everybody's going to see it now. We have exactly the same amount of people watching that we have on this ball right now. Now it's 70. But you can easily see and navigate what the structure is with it. And you say, who is MC Phoenix outbidding us? All right, I'm going to have to get in there. That's it. Back in on the 69 ball again. Now, if you feel like you're going to just sit around and wait till the last 5 seconds, you're going to be grossly mistaken. I would bid and get what you can in there now, because listen, every dollar that you put into this, every cent that you put in, is going into that giveaway process that's going to fire off on Sunday, which is tomorrow. But you'll also have a chance to make bids once the bid is finished. I'm sorry, to make offers, and you can offer it to the person that's that won it. And you know, whatever, we already had somebody who has gotten a couple of the NFTs through various means of small tiny mistakes, but and has tried to resell it for a much higher price. Now, whether or not they get it or not, they might be open to suggestion, or who knows. But this concept is probably one of the most, as far as we begin this process out, but this process to actually make the lottery this easy with Solana, and nothing else. I love Baby YOLO and I love all of her projects, but not have to worry about poly and doing all that stuff and getting in there and ETH or base or whatever it is, as most places do. This has made it so simple. It's taken us a dog's age to be able to get it smooth, but this is why we're doing what we're doing. The good thing about all of this is that the virility comes in social integration, being able to easily share on X, easily share with a link to the system. All components of the NFT marketplace are in that. If I go back to Explore and I go to collections, even your collection is made available very quickly to be able to share as well. I got to make sure I love that. And that's the other thing. Make sure you love everything, because it's going to be, you want it to be on the front page, and it's only a limited amount of space on the front page. So make sure that Lotto is getting all of it. Head over to shogunfusion.io and just start loving everything, right? I was going to say something rude, but I won't say anything rude today about somebody's mom. Sorry, that was really bad. I probably should have said that. Go around and start loving everybody like my ex-wife did. No, I'm only kidding. That was so stupid.
Oh my God.
I'm going to hell. I'm going to hell right now. And then it's I'll see you later.
One day, dude, one day we're gonna see you come on his screen for once and just fucking wring his neck. I just can see it. I can sense
he's gonna come through that door right over there. And he's
exactly.
like Bart
It's
Simpson.
the opposite of Homer and Bart for sure, bro.
My youngest son, Matthew, and I are like that, right? Like Quentin and I, man, like we could battle, we can yell, it'd be yell, whatever. It's all done. It's like done in 20, 30 minutes. But my son, Matthew, and I, I'm like, I just want to, but I love him so much. But you can use a share button just as fast. No, again, I'm going to go
right back into it.
But no, you can use a share button, super simple. Making the NFTs relatively easy. I mean, it's just a 1, 2, 3 step process, as long as you have all the art. But see, I think personally, the toughest part is in the preparation, right? Like getting everything ready, making sure the layers are there. Well, you know easily enough that you just can't go out and make a bunch of AI generated images, especially in duplicational ones like this, where you have subtle changes and layerings. You know, that's something that is a little bit tougher. But I can tell you right now that some of the things that we're putting behind the scenes, another module of the Shogun Fusion, sorry, is the layering faction of the system. So you can actually make it to where you put down the base image, because this is where what we're doing with the fusion side of it. You put down the base layer, and that is your background, and it might be the ball. And then you put down the secondary one, which could be any attribute you choose. So it would be the number. And then you would have something else that could maybe like a little emblem that would fire off but it would be another layer that would be on there, or it'd be a weapon or something in the background, or a little add-on, a pair of sunglasses, whatever it might be. But it's all done through our system of the creation side of it. So you can create the layering model and then mint it and then market it and then fuse it all here by at least the end of the fourth quarter here of this year. We should have all those modules on and running. And why is that so big and badass? Well, there are other companies that have similar things to it, but the ease of use to it is terrible. Like you just can't go in and do it easy, and you can only do it a certain amount. And 50 of them, if you were to do 50 mints, they would cost you $100. So that's what? That's $2 a mint. That's not bad. But what happens if you have 626 like I have for my NFT that I've released? That's crazy, right? It becomes, and that's just the putting them together, you know. So yeah, cool. So I'm saying yeah, like I'm answering over here in a comment that I just saw. Like they know what I'm talking about. We have in the Shogun Fusion, because of our relationship with Lotto and Ghost and Boo and everybody that's in that network. I believe like this first little one, we get it up, we get it on. If it has a full week worth of timing, and plus, you know, look at all the little caveats that have happened. Brand new launch, holiday weekend. Ghost was kissing somebody. I don't know. Something got the boy sick. You know, he's like, I don't
have
feel
a
good.
Theory.
You have a theory?
I was thinking
what was
about this.
What was it?
That he sold his soul for the next poker tournament to have like infinite good hands. So now I don't want to play with him anymore because I feel like he sold his soul to be like super good.
If that was the case, he would have won
last night. Yeah, dude. And I got fucking knocked out like on the bubble of being paid. I think I went out like 6th or 7th place, dude. So
you were knocked out at 7th, and I was knocked out at 6th. So I was one away.
Bubbled.
I'm bubble boy. That's what I am. But hey, listen. Speaking on that note, Tuesdays and Fridays are your poker days.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I got to get that out there and on and into the world and let everybody know, because I had such, again, it was my 3rd time playing with you guys. My first time, I just got murdered. I just, nipple belly coated me right from the beginning. I was like 2nd out or 3rd out or whatever. But I had such an awesome time because the people in the room, and then streaming and doing all that stuff. You know, and then when Egon came in and Roxy was in the room, and we had such a great time. I saw Baby YOLO playing in and out. Baby YOLO scares me a little. So does Roxy, but I had such a great time in there. Everybody was so much fun. And you know, I said something in your X stream of the poker. You know, like if you go to poker and you take offense to what somebody says, if you're in there playing and you're like shit talking, you're having fun, you know, and you take offense to that, then that might be something that you got to worry about, right? Like, you know, that's triggering you to be something. But man, going in there and just having fun, that's all I'm there for. I really love when you're in there and we're talking, we're kind of commentating against the hands, and I'm watching, because I really get to see how people play. And I know the system is not really like actual poker sitting in front of somebody, but I don't think I'm there for that. I'm there for you and Boo and Roxy and all those guys, just to come in and have fun. So if I say jokes, or if I get to pushing any buttons, I apologize, but I'm there really just for fun.
No, that's what it's all about. I think our community, man, we can dish it, we can take it. There's definitely playing fields, poker is one of those where the banter gets a little wild, Roxy will hit me with the violin every time I bitch and complain about getting knocked out. First few times I was dying, second, third, fifth, 18th, 29th, 47th, 116th time, I was like, I'm gonna kill you, Roxy. But it's always just for love, man. I think our community's tight enough. I think there's a couple people in there, man. Like Mr. Chris knows how to get under people's skin.
Oh
But
yeah.
I will say one thing about him, bro, is he does take it. I mean, honestly, bro, I've tried to crack him. Like I've tried to actually bully him to the point of where he actually gets cracked. He's not just a reply guy. He's got to be like high-end AI or something because he's uncrackable. And it's fucking wild, bro. But he's good at getting under people's skin, that's for sure. Man, it's all love, man. I see you, Roxy, bro. I love you too, bro. I mean, man, it's all love, man. I think it's one of the best things that we have in the Lotto Fan Bam is because it actually started with the Zach Fan Bam. Ironically, back in the day, we started playing poker with Zach, and man, it's there's some players that moved from that game to this game, and then there's people like yourself that are new to the game in general, and so. Man, we've gotten up to 60, 70 people in these games before, and we actually have one coming up. It's a Solana Summer. Yeah. It's a one soul buy-in, bro. And so that one's not going to be as fun for banter, just so you know.
No. I know. That's real money now. Now.
Yeah, it's real money and it's buy-in, it's rebuys. So that one's going to be like, yo, dude, like, let's maybe that's when we kick back on the banter because a bad beat with a couple soul deep, bro, might fuck around and have people really hate each other.
May even make my eyes twitch, and I'm a pretty good soul when it comes to that stuff. Like I have a particular type of skills. I'm gonna come and find you.
Exactly, dude.
It's like Jose Monkey, come and find me. It's like, okay, buddy, we're dead.
No, that's real, man. That's real, dude.
Yeah, pulling out the PSG sniper rifle from the closet. It's like, wait a minute, put that fucking thing away. He's like, nope. Oh man, too funny. Listen, but that's the thing. Now, something else too. You have a Discord too, don't you? Do you have a Discord?
We have Discord. We have Telegram. We're actually working on a new Discord, only because we're trying to make sure that everything's housed under, the ownership is always changed as far as like, we had a Telegram back in the day that we had gotten assistance with on getting it set up from the gate. And I guess there was some kind of falling out between the person who built the Telegram and one of our community members, I guess. I don't know the details, but they just wiped out our Telegram. So we started a new Telegram there. And then this time around, just to protect ourselves, we're putting a new Discord up as well. Again, just to ensure everything's controlled by, by one person. That's all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, we have it all.
That's cool.
Our original Discord is still up before we transition over to the new one.
I hate saying this back in the day when nickels were a candy. We had a Discord with our gaming unit called Olympia servers, and we had Rust players, we had like all these gamers in. And I guess like maybe 11,000 people in that thing. And I had it for the longest times. And then I closed it out like a year before I came into crypto. I wish I hadn't, because half of those people are into crypto now as well. But there was such camaraderie. There was such an availability of tracking and people talking and being able to use bots to come in and keep people organized and creating a rule set, unlike, the stuff with Telegram. It was a lot tougher for Telegram than anything else. But I think it's time now that especially Quinton and I were talking earlier about Rismus, talking to them. They have 5,000 people in their Discord, and they say it's the best thing for them because there's so many different walks of life that come through that process. But the one thing that they all seem to have in common is the fact that some of them play games and they're used to Discord and they have that style of communication, and it's real communication. It's not just a spinning labyrinth of text and fart jokes. It really is about, direct communications. And unlike with Telegram, with all the icons and the stickers rolling by your face, you actually get rooms that you can go in and talk and have real conversations and have them isolated too. And I think that's, for communication wise, there's no isolational value in Telegram like a channel that you go into and then it's out of sight, out of mind. I think the channels in Discord are much better handled. And I think that's something that I'm going to focus on here in the coming weeks, because our gaming network is going to be revived. And I'm bringing in, our game as well into that. So it's not just us playing games, but it is a space for people to come in and have fun. I would love to invite people to the poker side from our network as well, because I want to bring them to your poker game. I don't want to make a poker network. I want.
No, I appreciate that. We definitely
yeah.
We need more donations for sure. So thank you for that.
Yeah. Get more donations. Thanks. Shit talking started on July 5th.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm delirious. What can I say?
No, that's all right. You've been gracious. I paid for I think I paid for the first one. But the last two games, I've been on the fold game. I really got my fold game down now. But
you know what it is with online poker, man? You don't have to bluff. You can be patient. I can tell you sincerely, man, I've played online with this fam bam here, bro. No joke. We play twice a week, right? And we're more than halfway through the year. And we started this a year ago. Really, it's been over a year now, I think. I think it was about May or June of last year. So we've definitely broke a year. And we've played at least 75 games at this point.
Yeah.
And I'll say this, man, I've lost bluffing maybe 4 times. Like, I don't bluff that often because in online poker, people will call you with anything, man. They'll call you with the mid pair, they'll call you with the low pair, they'll call you with ace high. And so I realized in this tournament mode, you just got to be patient for them hands to kind of come in. And then, every once in a while you could take a stab at it if you know the personnel you're up against. But it's one of those things, like, you noticed it the first time you played on Tuesday for the first time in a while, you were helping with the numbers on the balls. And so because you were occupied, you kept having a reason to fold. Like, whatever, I'll wait for a better hand,
Right.
And you got far and you're like, holy shit. Okay. So you just don't have to force. I think that's what happens with people is they get no cards for too long and then they start forcing. Let the game come to you, man.
Yeah.
So often I get dwindled out, have nothing left. And I'm like, all right, well, now I'm forced to go all in with Queen Jack. Like, it's the best hand I've seen all day. And then it doubles up and you're like, oh, yeah, I'm back in it.
That worked. Yeah. I think that's what hit me last night at the end of the game was, I was forced all the way down through blinds. I have a really good friend, and I don't want to name him. I name dropped him a couple weeks ago, and I felt really embarrassed about it. I won't name drop it, but he actually played in a World Series of Poker, and he's done a lot of good stuff. And I was shooting him the shit because he's like, you should never go into poker. And I went, yeah, I know. I'm just too jovial and I like to comment on everything I do. And he goes, yeah, because you don't have a good poker face because you wear your heart on your sleeve. So don't ever play poker in front of anybody. And I'm like, you got it, baby. I'll never do that. And then I wrote him jokingly. I was like, hey, I'm playing online poker. You guys turn your camera off. And I'm like, oh shit. But he gave me some sound advice. He says, fold until you go, ooh, that's cool. And then play that hand. Everything else, just fucking fold it. I was like, even like stuff like, he goes, play everything suited to a degree, play all aces, do everything. Don't throw everything you got into everything and just play and have fun. And I stuck with that last week when I told him I was going to be there. But you're right. I was also very laid back. And I decided to emulate that last night by playing. It's like, just sit back and have fun. Don't try to beat everybody and try to figure out where everybody's at. Don't even look where the blinds are at. Just play your cards. And I did. And I just had a blast.
Yeah, thanks for coming, bro. I mean, man, it's I love it, bro. My wife, it's crazy. She's playing with us now, man. And if
I know.
And back in the day, dude, I'd be on PokerStars.net. I mean, we're talking 15, 20 years ago, dude. And I would be waking up to the alarm that it was my turn.
Right.
He's like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, dude, what do you mean there was like 4,785 entrants? There's literally 38 left, dude. I'm in the money. I'm about to big on this one. And I'm literally like falling asleep to the hands, bro. But I mean, man, I've played in poker halls as a kid. I've played underage, having fake IDs, almost getting caught up
shit.
at all the casinos out here in Cali. And then, you know, I got a couple close friends that, man, they play every single tournament there is in SoCal. Every single one of them. My best friend, man, we're 8 days apart, man. My best friend growing up, he took down $250,000, $280,000 pot, and it's just like, damn, let's go, baby. So poker's it's one of those games where it is luck, but there's such a large amount of skill that also goes into it that it's just such a fun game to play, and it's such a good community builder. And so many people never played cards, you know, poker, and they play with us, bro, and they start to get good at it, and it's fun to watch them, man. It's fun to see them, and it's such good camaraderie, man. I think it's one of the staples to our community, really, dude. And I couldn't be happier that you're playing. Maybe Quentin will play. I don't know. Maybe one of these days, you know, he'll take us up.
I don't know.
And have some fun.
I think he's a chicken butt, but who knows? My buddy Jack said the luck of cards ends with your first 2 cards. That's where the luck ends. Everything else, you know, whether or not it's how you're based in, everything else is playing the game up to it. Even, you know, the flop, even, you know, the turn, even the river, they're all still based a little bit in luck, but it is really about the skill. The moment you get those 2 cards, luck is out the door, and now you're on the skill, because you got to, you know when to hold them, fold them, all that kind of shit, right? Thanks
so every hand there's percentages, right? So like they call it the nuts. When you have the best made hand, that's when you want to put your money in, right? Also, when you have percentages, like for example, if you have a pair, then there's only 2 cards in the deck to give you that 3 of a kind, and so you're literally drawing on a less than 5% chance of hitting. Yeah. So, you know, you don't want to call all-ins with that kind of stuff. Maybe force the all-in, or maybe you have 2 spades in your hand and there's 2 spades on the board and you make a move like going all in. Well, if you get called, all right, dude, you still got an out. You know, you got 13 different cards that can come out spade-wise. Minus the 2 you hold, minus the 2 on the board, you know, you start getting lower and lower on the odds. So there's definitely odds and percentages, and just putting your money in when you got the best percentages of winning will do you right in the long haul. But yeah, you're going to take some bad beats, and it's going to be a little unlucky for that one card. You know how many times I've been in, bro, where there's one card in the deck that can take you out.
Yeah, and you found it.
Oh, dude, I'll tell you a quick story, bro. I had ace of diamond, 6 of heart. I'll never forget this. It was on my birthday at a casino, and I was playing higher stakes at this time because I was playing seriously. And the flop was 2 6s and a 9 of diamond. So I had trip 6s, ace kicker, didn't think anything of it. There was a lot of action, so I smooth called. The turn came another diamond, and it was a king of diamonds. So now there's a 9 of diamond and a king of diamond on the board, plus 2 6s. So I got trip 6s, ace kicker, plus the nut flush draw. I'm feeling good, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I raise, the guy calls, another guy calls. There's like 3 people in the hand still, and the river comes another diamond. So I'm like, all right, well, I got my flush draw, right? I'm happy with that. Well, what I didn't realize is it was the queen of diamond, and now there's a 9 king and a queen of diamond. So even though I had the ace high nut flush, the guy ended up rivering the gut shot straight flush. And of course, any other diamond I win, any other card I win. It's the only card that gets me to call his all in. Right. Because I'm thinking I got the nut flush. I can't possibly see he's got a 9 through king straight flush, right? And that was like one of the biggest blows I've ever felt in my life, dude. It was like a $15,000 pot on my birthday. Oh my God. And it was just a gut shot straight flush draw that beat my nut flush ace high flush. I was just like, yo, dude, what is this? There's only one card that guy can put that'll get all my money in there. You know what I mean? Any other diamond I win, any other card I win, literally, bro. It was just a sick feeling. But that's poker. Like that's the way it works, man.
It's the luck of the draw. Damn,
yeah,
that's tough.
But it's fun.
On a side note, Jay Blanche asked, "Hey, is there supposed to be 3 number 58 balls?" And yes, we are taking care of that. Apparently, when Mr. Ghost was putting him in, he really liked the number 58, so he put it in 3 times. Now, there was a little bit of a glitch in the beginning. there's a little bit of a glitch when he was putting it in, but that got taken care of. But it put up 3 balls. So, how do you tell which one to actually get? Well, simply enough, if you hover over the first 2, you see nothing that pops up. But you hover over the third one, it says bid now. This is the actual one there. So if you have put an offer in, you can only put an offer. You can't make a bid on these 2. And these 2 will be gone here in about an hour because they both have been burned behind the scenes. And we will be removing that from the process for them. So if you do see that, I just want to let you know. But thank you very much for letting us know, Jay Blanche. I think I said it right. 79H. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
It's mine. Stay away. Yeah, stay on the lotto one, the one with the bid on it. You gotta stay away.
Yeah, there's also a 55 one as well. You'll see there's 2 55s. You guys, what I did is I only listed the one for sale. The other, they're if there's duplicates, they're not listed for sale. So I think there's 1 55 that's on my own creation. It's not in this collection. That was my mistake. I literally just forgot to add it to a specific collection. So that one's not listed for sale. But yeah, they'll be cleaned up. We sent them to the incinerator, and now they'll be off the site surely in no time. But here's the deal. If you make an offer, it's different than when you bid on it, right? So it's not like it's taking the money out of your wallet when you make an offer. So you're good.
Yeah. Here's another thing too, is as JB was saying, it's his 58 ball. So that's the one. I'm going to hit some love to it so it comes up. I appreciate you pointing it out for us. I appreciate you. But I also appreciate the name change for your profile, which is Goofy, aka Dumbass, aka JB, which is a few more AKs you can
so, hey, can I tell you the story on this? So when he came out of nowhere, it was to play poker with us, bro.
Right.
And he came on one of our spaces and he's like, yo, I'm ready to go. You'll see my name. I already have Club GG, dude. My name's Dumbass. And I was like, that's hilarious. And then we called him Goofy at one point. And then it was Dumbass, aka Goofy, aka JB, because that's the Blanche.
Well, now you know.
That's his name now, dude. I fucking love it.
I love it. Great job. Thanks a lot, buddy. I really do appreciate it. There is, lastly here, I got to tell you, man, there is just so many other things that are happening with us, and I want to stay focused on just the lotto. Do you have a time tomorrow that the launches happen, or the drawings happen? Because I know you're drawing tonight, and not for this. There's another drawing in that stuff, and where yours truly earned two lotto balls for tonight's drawing.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, for 2.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm going to be streaming tonight, obviously, like always. I'm struggling through this. So here's the reality of it. If I can't get some maybe take a nap at some point today and like really wake up rejuvenated,
right.
There is a chance, man, that I might just have to say, look, man, you guys want the best form of me, man. I promise you that much. So
do it all tomorrow.
Yeah, there's a chance I might just do this all tomorrow. But here's what I want to make known. For this specific NFT, the Just a Lot of Drip, I really want to make sure that when we do the NFT lotto system, that it's like straight to the point, meaning I'm not going to have a 4-hour stream for that type of event. So moving forward, either we're going to pick maybe Friday night, or maybe it'll be a Sunday night, or maybe it'll be, as soon as it sells out, and that sells out, as soon as the bids are over, we might have it throughout the week. I'll come up with some kind of systematic approach. I'm still kind of formulating what idea I want to go with, but I want it to be one of those things where we jump live. Everyone knows exactly what time. It's a prompt time. It's, hey, this is who we are. This is how we get down. And then we spin back to back to back. And it's like literally less than an hour, half-hour stream. So that way people can not be stuck there edged and waiting for the whole thing. I feel like the original lines, we like to kind of have our fun, and it's a Saturday night and we're kicking it. But for those, because people are actually perhaps grabbing those lotto balls just to play the lotto, I want to be very strategic with how fast we get to those spins. And so forgive me for kind of leaving you on limbo. I've been streaming for I think 13 or 14 days in a row at this point, and it's not just one stream a day. It's like there was 4 streams I did on Thursday. There was 2 streams yesterday.
You're here today.
I'm pretty beat, man. So rather than fighting the good fight, I think I might try and push through it so we can get our Saturday night live drawing on, and then we'll do our stream tomorrow, of course, and make it a quicker stream. And now I got the trap guys here, so you probably can't hear a fucking word I'm saying. So I'm gonna go on mute again.
My buddy, listen, the world of devs and builders and people that do business is tough. We're always trying to make things work and pull things through. Well, here's the thing. All of you are watching right now, about 155 of you. Thank you so much for being here today. I really do appreciate all of you, of course. But here's what I want you to do. I want you to just take a minute. I don't care what part of the world you're in. If you're part of the Lotto fam, I really appreciate it. If you're not, I want you to go check out Shogun Fusion. I want you to go straight down to Explore. Just go straight, click on Explore, make yourself a profile, have some fun with it, like you've seen that JB done. You don't have to put all your serious information if you don't want, but if you do, also make sure that you use a brand new wallet to put in there. Put a half a soul or a couple points in there, a couple bucks, whatever. Come in and have a look around the site. Give us some love, share it out. We're going to be putting it in X. It's going to have its own X soon. It's going to have its own social media platform that'll be with it. It'll have its own, it already has its own Telegram support system. If you're finding yourself having problems, you just click on Help Center and it'll bring you to a spot where you can click on to go to Telegram support. It's that easy. But come down and hit the Just a Lotto Drip campaign and have a look and see what it is this is about. This is a lot of fun. You're going to really enjoy it. There'll be, I will be airing it on tomorrow nights as well, because I'm going to be over in the show there, and I'm going to be airing it from all of our stuff as well, just like he does for me every single time he comes on. It's super amazing, and listen, you got an opportunity. I mean, what, $10? It's guaranteed $1,000 pool that's in there. It's going to be split up over a varied amount of things that are happening. We're putting in for one of the drawings 1 million Shogun coin that are going to be locked for you. And we decided on 60 days, sort of to give you a feeling for it. And I know that doesn't say, well, why would I want to wait 60 days? Well, because we know at Shogun what's happening. And so we're basically front running for you without you having to go sell it for $8 or $80. You may have, it may be worth $800. It could be worth 10 times that amount. So you never know, right? So pick a ball in one of the drawings tomorrow. We're going to have the Shogun drawing. So you're going to want to go get a ball. If you're watching from Shogun, go get yourself a fucking ball, because, they're $10. They start with $10, and you got a 1 in 69 chance of winning that bad boy, right? Or you may even have less with some of the people that are in there buying up balls right now. All right. But get a bid on, even if it's just 1 or 2, you might win some, you might lose some. If you got a favorite one, I got a couple of favorites in there already. I'm hoping to get maybe 1 or 2 of them. But if you only happen to win one, that's what it is. Now, once the bid ends, until the drawing happens, I mean, like immediately from where the drawing happens, so before the drawing happens, he's going to call out a time where you're like, okay, no more balls from this point on, which will be a certain set of time. And we'll lock that in to be the time, because nobody, if somebody doesn't buy that ball and it wins, there's no going back. Then that pool goes to something else. He has a whole system around it. So you want to make sure, but you also have, from the time that the bid ends to the time that the drawing happens, you have a chance to make an offer. And I would probably think about making offers, because he's not going to accept every single offer, but he will accept some. So make sure you make it lucrative in there. Remember, everything's going to go to the actual system. And then a little bit of time before that fires off, he'll have the numbers for what everybody can win and do that stuff. It'll be a lot of fun. I can guarantee. And, it'll be quick to the point, but it'll also be a little fun. We'll be there. Quentin will be there. I know, Quentin, you got a couple of bids on some balls in here, don't you?
No.
Which one are they, buddy? Which one are they?
Don't look.
Let me see.
Hey,
I know. Ghost can
stop
tell me.
skipping. You know which one I have.
Yeah, I know. Oh, look. Just keep going. No, I don't know what is happening. I don't know. Too funny. Wait, was it this one? No, it wouldn't have been 11. No. Why would you go after your IQ? That's crazy.
well, thank you for
Oh,
the
it's
comment.
23. It's 23. That's what it is.
He's sick.
Who's that? Oh, look, this bear guy's going to have like 40 fucking balls. You know that, right? Like,
Hey, who is this bear guy, man?
I don't know,
goodness,
man.
dude.
I don't know. This guy
Oh.
put 32, and then he
He's
put it up
so
for like
quick,
3.2.
bro.
Oh, too much, man.
I want to know what it is, man. You know, I love the fact that it can be anonymous like this. I really think that it's undervalued on how cool you did this with the Reddit format of AI.
Yeah.
I thought that was so clever. I was like, wait, what the fuck? Why is my name coming up like this? Let me edit it. I realized, oh my God, that's really cool. Yeah, dude. It took me back to Reddit. That day I did Reddit, I was like,
yeah.
You know, I went without social media for 10 years, and that was actually the first platform I got on was Reddit to get my like stock looks and shit. And sure enough, bro, the names they came up with were crazy funny, bro. So I like the fact that you did that. That's really cool, man.
But I want to show you that. Look at this guy. He's just proven my point of the virility of this. Okay. And this is only beginning. This is the first day fucking out, right? This guy here, Fat Boy, he came on, right? He came on and he made this. This is not even. So this guy, Bear, right? He owns this one now. He bought it, right? He bought it. Look, if I come in here and I hit item activity, you know, he listed for, this is his. He's listed his own thing, right? So this is his collection. He's an NFTer. So not only is that he's making his own stuff, he's actually buying things from other people, contribution back. So, and he gets to stay completely anonymous, which is awesome, right? Because you don't want anybody like, you can. I mean, if you want to, you could put your name in it like I do mine, right? I give this guy big props, man, because yes, he's come in. Now, because he's an NFTer, he's seen something that happened. One of your NFTs got put up for sale and not for bid, right? So he bought it. And what did he do? He went and listed it himself. And anybody can kind of do that, right? Like, that's the thing. If they win it and then they immediately want to go resell it and be like, hey, create a whole another secondary market in there, you know, it's like I wouldn't take the bid all the way up to the delivery of the show. I would take it like the day before and let them do their thing. Let them market it. Let them promote it. Like, hey, there's a chance that this one ball can win you this amount of money and sell it for a couple bucks more, you know, because by the way, you get royalties from that stuff as well. So I think that's the real power here, is that you get this opportunity to come in, partake in it. Like, there's so many subsets of ways to make money with this, and so many ways for this thing to go viral now that it's going to be amazing. You can also, now you have a lot of NFTs in here, but if you're watching and you're doing NFTs, one of the things you want to do is add some secondary. How do you make your NFT more valuable? Mr. Quinton, how do you make a company's service more valuable? Do you remember when we had that conversation?
NFT, almost like a coupon code to it.
Yeah, to a
Using
degree,
NFTs as
right?
coupon codes or entry gates, or
you can change the value of a product by not switching the price, but by adding more value to it by external systems. Let me give you a case in point. Let's just say that I had this one right here. Let's just say this was me, right? This was my, right? And I could put it down for 1 soul. But I would say also, if in the thing, I could say, if you buy this, I will also send you 1 million Shogun. It gives it a different value. Doesn't change the value of this, but it gives you a value. If I give you this, you may get this utility with this, which is equal worth to something else. With Ghost and the value that happens with the Lotto, that's what he's doing as well, is that he's providing a value subset to what the price is here, right? So whatever it is, like this is 0.05 of a soul at the moment. Wait a minute, what happened? Oh, that's the other 58. That's right, because that was what the offer was. So, but whatever this was, if somebody were to take it then and add more to it, then they would make more money. But he's having a chance where most of the people that are buying the balls, they know that they're coming in to win or be a part of the giveaway, and they will win more than what they got if they hit the win. If they don't, all these balls, you're using them for later too. You're using them for other things to give away, other, like swag and product. And
the biggest thing about this first launch ever, this is going to be like the keepsake of keepsakes. This is literally our first ever Lotto, dude. In regards to the systematic on Solana, on the approach we took from Solana. So it's a keepsake, right? But then we're not just doing one spin, winner takes all. We're going to do multiple spins. So the first spin will be, 50% of the jackpot. The second spin, less than that. The third spin, a little less than that. And then beyond those 3 spins for that specific day, it's not over, man. We always will pull utility, randomly, dude. I'm a very spontaneous guy when it comes to this shit, dude. I half the time never know what I'm going to be doing until it comes up to the time of doing it. So I'll probably just be like, hey, we're doing free merch for the OG line. If the ball, you get free merch, and we'll do poker for free for the month if your ball hits, and we'll do fun stuff like that all the time for sure.
Could you throw a spin in for our million Shogun to be its own spin, or do you want to put it to the top tier?
Yeah, dude, that's you. That's up to you. I mean, I could add it to the first, the second spin. I could do it the last spin of the day. We can do it by itself. Just if you hit right now, you just get a million flat out Shogun. I mean, dude, whatever you want. That's you. That's you. This is what I want people to really understand about how easy it's going to be to collab. Like we talked about it. Your character holding the next line of balls in their hands is going to be so fucking fun. And you, as the creator, collaboration of it all, gets to choose anything. And that time around, dude, for your community, we'll make sure to throw some lotto tokens their way. It's gonna be
that's amazing.
Yeah, bro. It's gonna be fun, man. Whatever you want though for this particular round, you just let me know the day of, man. Hey, let's have its own separate spin, or let's tag along on this spin, or let's whatever you want.
Yeah, and that ball doesn't come out, right? That ball goes back every time you do a new spin. That ball goes back in, and
the ball will always go back in. Essentially, you could be the luckiest guy on earth and win all 3. I mean,
you couldn't be an Egon, could you? It wouldn't be an Egon. Egon's not drawing the balls, right? I mean, it's Hoagie Fest. It's Hoagie Fest, so he might be inclined. He's involved.
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna always put the balls back in for each spin. For the odds don't change. Yes.
Yeah. Because I had 2 pocket aces yesterday, so I feel I'm lucky.
Bro, that was amazing, dude. And you hit a 4 of a kind on 4s. Like, what was that?
I know, right? That was so weird. I felt so bad. I felt so bad for Boo.
Dude, that
oh
hand,
my god, I was sick to my stomach. I was so mad.
That hand, bro. Like we had trip 4s hit the board. I was sitting on pocket 4s on another table, dude.
I know, I heard.
We were like for a while, and I looked down at my hand, like, wait, does this guy see my hands right now, dude? Are you Devin the Club GG too, bro, or what?
I felt bad because I slow played them out. Like when I seen it, it was just right off the flop. I'm like, and I stayed in for no other reason, just because I had a check. Like I got checked in, so I was like, okay, And then when I saw the other guy, because he came in and he saw the trip 4s, and he boated in like 3,400, and then because he was like, I'm going to make them think that I have the other 4 since nobody else is buying in, because I checked in. Since I checked in, he felt like, oh, I got it, and I'll make them think I got it. And then Boo bought in. I was like, oh no, Boo. I felt so bad, but it worked out. And then I after she bailed out, I went at him wholeheartedly, because I was like, I'm gonna get your money.
Yeah, those are the hands, man. You just pray they hit a full house on like the turn or the river or something.
I gotta make a drop on Egon so bad. I just needed his profile pic, but his profile pic is a little wild. I just want his NFT.
She's every time she gets knocked out, it's AI attacks them AI. So
yeah, when I was twice, I made him into a fried chicken bucket of chicken, and my avatar is holding out a bucket of chicken. It's so good.
Oh my god. You and these things, man. This is gonna be awesome. We're gonna be drawing off all different lines of stuff. I can't wait to work with you. This is funny. All right. Well, I don't want to take too much more of your time, and everybody else that's been here. So please make sure that you jump in here, get involved, have fun with this. This is really, we made this for Lotto and the network. We've made this whole thing happen because of Shogun. If you're here, if you're an NFT artist, make sure that you're reaching out to me. I know, Dante, you reached out to me. We've been talking. We'll be talking some more here before we get approval here. We're being very careful, not because we want to keep everybody away from and stuff, because I want to make sure that the people that I'm bringing over are doing this for the particular reasons that they are, about NFTs and stuff, and not just making just anything at the moment. As we get out there and we get more people on and get support and everything else on, we want to make sure that everybody's safe and it's here and the message is safe. We're not like OpenSea or Magic Eden, where we're going to like cock block everybody going in. For now, just for a little bit, we have to be this way, so I can keep checking on everybody that's coming over, make sure everything's working. But if you are an NFT person out there and you are looking to make something, let me tell you, it's going to be one of the simplest ones. If you already got your stuff organized and it's ready to go, if not, there's also going to be training on board that we're going to be able to help you with as well. But for the Lotto and family, thank you so much for being here, guys. Ghost, this has always been a pleasure. I'm very appreciative. You know, you're feeling sick, for being here and helping us spin through this.
You are beyond welcome. I'm not gonna lie, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna make it today, but I said, you know what? I gotta come and say what's up, man. And I'm glad I did, man. It brought my spirits up from feeling under the weather. So thank you for hosting the show on a Saturday, man. I miss the Saturday shows. It's always fun to do this one, leading up to the one at night too, man. It gets those extra eyes. So look, man, I know I've said it once, I've said it twice. You really did such a phenomenal job on this particular ShogunFusion.io. We couldn't be happier of how you've, basically just from front to back, it's just super user friendly. Dante, by the way, man, Dante, you'll see him in the comments on Twitch, Dante Laval. He's a creator as well. Phenomenal creator. In fact, we have 1,100 memes on X that he's designed, searchable in the gift tab by hitting just the Lotto anytime you hit the gift tab on X, and you'll see his work. But he also drops a ton of NFTs. He's one that I told you about. He requested to be a designer in there. So you can approve of him. He's safe. He's a good dude. He does them very inexpensive, and he just loves creating art, man. So that's going to be someone that you can rely on having a ton of work in there at all times. Clean, super cool work too as well. So
Right. Well, I appreciate that because I reached out to him. I think he's even put 100% up there. But I wanted to, like I said to you, I was going to check with you as well. But here's what we're going to do right now on air while we do this. Just give me 1 second. Boom, 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 boom. He is now, where's the verified? Is verified and is to open is verified. So now he's completely verified and he's on. So Dante, you can now go on. And remember, I would like, I think there was something said that, you're going to launch something, but let's wait till Monday. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But I really do appreciate you, man. For putting that out there for Dante as well. He seems like a really good guy. I've seen some of his work and I'm really liking. I can't wait to see what this guy can bring to the table.
Yeah, all love, man. I appreciate you guys so much. I'll see you tonight for sure. I'm gonna push through. I'm gonna go try and see if I can get shut eye for a little bit. Quentin, it's always nice to hear your voice, man.
Thank you very much. One of these days I'll come back on camera.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
Not so much worried about you being on camera. It's worried the back of your room being on camera. She's a 20-year-old. That's okay. I got the mess of my coffee cups everywhere. All right, everybody. Well, I appreciate all of you. As far as Shogun and the state of Shogun, that's been our show today for ShoguhGun Sho. Everybody, we appreciate everybody that's been here and you guys humping into the comments too. Again, with the Lotto family, man, you guys absolutely rock. I'm so glad to be a part of that as well. Because remember, I'm also an investor in Lotto. And I love all of you. You've worked so hard to be there, and my utmost respect to everybody that keeps promoting and keeps pushing and keeps things going. There's great things to come for all of our communities together. We want to have a big, huge game network. We're going to invite everybody to as well, so we can all share in the wealth. I look forward to seeing you. We'll be back again on Tuesday at 1 p.m. with another big show. We're going to be starting pulling in some NFTers in there as well. There's not just coins out there, but so make sure that you check out everything that's going on. And we might even be doing some shows to where we, house a little poker stuff with Lotto and have some fun there and do it on our stream as well. So they'll be able to see it. So if you're watching Shogun, you may see Lotto's poker sessions happening there as well. But we appreciate you all. We look forward to seeing you next time. I'm Trader Max. This is July 5th, just in case you forgot from your party last night. And we'll see you next time. And as always, live well.